Hi everyone, welcome to Veronica Hug. Today I'm showing you a lovely scarf I called Aphrodite. On this picture you can see the whole thing, and for this project I used the Woolly Hugs Bobbly Butterfly. So this is 800 meters per 200 grams. So the really great thing is that the color scheme we get in the end is basically a result of the spool itself, so you don't have to work on it additionally. So the spool does that for you. So this is going to be a crocheting project. It has a really lovely shape. It is a little bit larger than what we usually do, but this shouldn't be an issue this time. It's not going to be a complicated project. So I'm going to show you how you can do this all by yourself on a spool I already began. Let me just get this out of the way. So I do have some Woolly Hugs bobble leftovers that I'm going to use for today's project. So we're going to start with a ring. This is the end that I have. So we're going to do this in rounds. So let's take our crocheting hook and we're just going to start with a regular ring, as I said. There we go. So now we're going to do 4 chains. That's to replace our first double treble. 4, and now we can have a double treble here. So we're going to do the yarn over twice. Then we're going to go into the ring itself. And then we're going to do 2 at a time. So 2 loops, then again 2 loops, and you're going to have your double treble done. Then we're going to do 3 chains. And after that, we're going to do 2 double trebles. So we basically already did 2 double trebles. We just replaced the first one with 4 chains so that we can get started. There we go, and then again 3 chains, and again 2 double trebles. And one more time, 3 chains and 2 double trebles into the ring. So all of this is into the ring itself. If this gets too big, you can of course make it a little bit smaller by pulling the very beginning of it. And now we can tighten this all the way. This is our first row or round, as you like. So you see here we have 4 groups total, or 4 elements out of the 2 double trebles with 3 chains in between. So now we're going to continue, and before I continue, I'm going to mark the row so that you always know where we're at in case you need to rewind. So this time we're going to begin with 1 chain, and then we're going to turn. And then here into the first stitch, we're going to do a single. After that comes a chain and another single. So this is on top of the second double treble. Then we're going to do 3 chains. And on top of the following double treble, we're again going to do just a regular single. Then a chain, and again a single on top of the other double treble. And we're again going to skip with 3 chains. So we're repeating the same thing 3rd time. 3 chains again, and the last section we're going to do a single into the first double treble of the next group, then a chain in between to skip, and then another single on top of the last double, treble, or actually our 4 chains that we started with. Okay, that was row 2, so let's do row 3 now. So we're going to turn, and into our first single, we're going to do a slip stitch. Around the next chain, we're going to do another slip stitch. There we go. Now we do 4 chains for the height, and then a double treble here around the 1 single chain. Then 3 chains and again 3 double trebles, all into the same spot. So now we're not skipping with a chain, but we will go through the next chain that we have here already. So that's between the singles, and we're going to do 2 double trebles, 3 chains, 2 double trebles. Then we're again going to do 3 chains and 2 double trebles. So first we're going to do the 2 double trebles. Then 3 chains and again 2 double trebles, again into the same spot. And one more time, 3 chains and 2 double trebles. So this is what we have for now, and our next spot is here, again the chain between the singles. So we're going to do it the same way, just like we did this top section right now. So we're going to do 2 double trebles to start off. Three chains followed by another 2 double trebles. Again 3 chains and again 2 double trebles. And now here in our last chain that's between 2 singles, we're gonna do with 2 double trebles, 3 singles, or 3 chains, sorry, and 2 double trebles. So I'm always working into the same chain as I do these structures. And now that I finished round or row 3, I can show you what we have. So this is going to be the middle layer in the center of your back, and then this is going to keep expanding. So you see here the sides that we have kind of slowly building, so the sides and the top section as well. So that's the shape that we're going to have in the end. When we do 2 more rows, then it's probably going to be a lot more clear and visible. So let's start row 4. So we're doing it as we did the second one. So we're doing a chain to turn, and then into the double trebles, we're gonna do singles, and between we're gonna do a chain. 3 chains then. So now in this section that we have, into the second double treble, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do a single, then a chain, and into the next double treble, I'm gonna do another single. So there's always a couple of doubled trebles that actually stay undone this time. Here we again do 3 chains. And then we again here have 2 double trebles. Into the first one we do a single. And out of the second one as well. Now here where we have the 4 total, we're gonna do 3 chains first, and then we're gonna go into the second one of the first element. That's a single and a chain, and then right next to that one, we're gonna do the second single crochet. And then we're gonna skip with 3 chains. So when you have just the 2, then it's actually super simple. You just do both of them. Then when you get to the 4 double trebles that are actually near one another, we're going to do the second and third one with a chain in between, and we're again going to skip with 3 chains. Into the one before last, we again do a single, and then we skip with a chain, and we finish the last one with a single crochet. So that's the 4th chain of the replacement double treble. Row 5, we're going to start like all of the odd ones. So we're going to turn. We're going to do a slip stitch and another slip stitch after it. Then we have 4 chains as our replacement for our first double treble. Then that's all around the chain. Then we're going to do 3 chains, and we're going to do a double treble, or 2 double trebles actually in the next spot. There we go. Now here around the following section, we're going to have 2 double trebles, 3 chains, and 2 double trebles, all into the same spot. Now here in the middle of the 2 double trebles, so you see here the V that we're forming. You can kind of slowly see the texture already. So here we have the 2. And then in the middle here is where we actually want to go through. So that's where we do 3 doubled trebles, or actually 3 times 2 doubled trebles. So let's do that now. So first 2 double trebles. Followed by 3 chains, and again 2 double trebles. Again 3 chains, and one more time 2 double trebles. So the middle one out of the 3 times double treble is again getting a new 3-piece structure. Now we're going to go here where the chain is between the singles, and that's where we're again going to do just 2 times 2 double trebles. This was once, then of course 3 trebles to skip and 2 more double trebles. So you see here we have kind of a line forming that's going to keep increasing then, so that's how we're going to get a really lovely shape in the end. Also, what you can notice after a while, we're actually doing 4 spots with additions to make the scarf grow. So one here on the corner, then here on the corner, inner corner, and the 2 other ones as well. So that's how we keep the scarf growing and keeping its lovely shape. So now the middle one of these, again, as always, we're going to do with 3 times 2 double trebles. And we always go through the chain between the singles. So 2 double trebles, 3 chains, 2 double trebles, 3 chains, and end with, again, 2 double trebles. There we go. So you can easily remember this after a couple of rows. You're definitely going to know what you have to do at each section. It's not a difficult pattern this time. So this following section we're going to do with just 2 times 2 double trebles, as always. So 3 chains and the other 2 double trebles here. Here at the edge, we're going to again do a chain, and we're again going to go through there and do 2 double trebles, 3 chains, and 2 double trebles. And that's how we are going to end this row. So you can see the lines kind of getting bigger a little bit, so it's easier to see the shape, and this is going to keep increasing, of course. We're again starting with the singles here, so we're going to start with a chain and then we're going to turn. Then a single into the first double treble, a chain, and a single into the following double treble. Then 3 chains. So here we again have the 4 double treble structure. So the second one is the one we're doing, then a chain, and the third one. Then again 3 chains. And here we're again going to do the same thing. The second and the third double treble get a single each, in between always a chain. Now 3 chains here, and here we're just going to do both because we just have the 2. So the 3 chains again, and here we're again going to do the second and third double treble with 2 singles and the chain in between those. So you can see it's very intuitive. After just a couple of rows, you're already going to know what you need to do. So when you have the 4, you do just the second and third, and when you have just 2 double trebles, then you do both of them because that's the only 2 you can do. And it's basically just the 2 things that keep repeating themselves throughout the entire row. Three chains, and here we're ending with just the 2, so a single, a chain, and a single. Row 7. So it's like the 5th and the 3rd, or every odd basically. So we're turning, we're doing 2 slip stitches. Four chains to replace the first double treble and another double treble right after that. Then 3 chains. And we're again gonna do 2 double trebles. So exactly like the 3rd and 5th row. And now here is the spot where we actually have the 3 double treble structures, and on the sides it's always just 2. So that's how you always know where you need your additions to be. So in the middle there's nothing going on, and then here on the corners is always where you're gonna keep increasing. So it's always the chains between the singles that you're working on, and that's how you know what your structure looks like. So it's always between the 3 that you see on here. It's super easy to find. It's always the middle one. So 2 spots where you do the additions in this project. Of course, with the end ones as well, so the additions at the end and beginning. We can mark this if you'd like, so you can definitely mark the middle one so you know where you want to do your additions, so your 3-piece instead of 2-piece structure. That might make it easier, but in my case, I already know the project, so I'm not doing it. But if you feel more comfortable doing something like that, feel free to do so. So let's continue. We're always looking for the chain between the 2 singles, and that's where we do 2 double trebles. 3 chains, and again, this is all into the same spot just like before. And now we're looking where the second or the following chain is between the singles. And yeah, we don't want a 3-piece structure below it. That's how we know we're not supposed to do an addition. So that's where we do 2 times 2 double trebles. Always skip with 3 chains and then finish with another 2 double trebles. Super easy. Okay, so now you can see that you have the marked section or the 3-piece structure. So either way, this is a signal for you to again do an addition. So around this exact following chain, we're again gonna do the same thing, but with the 3rd addition. So 3 times 2 double trebles plus the chains, of course, in between. there we go. And that's how you do the additions and how you keep your scarf growing from row to row. And now we continue with the next chain. As always, 2 double trebles 2 times, 3 chains always in between, so this won't change throughout the entire project. Around the following chain, we're going to do the same thing, so 2 double trebles, 3 chains, and 2 double trebles. So I'm again at the addition section at the 3-piece structure, and I'm working the middle, so the next chain that I see, but this time we're doing double trebles, chains, double trebles, again chains, and again double trebles. So basically 3 times instead of 2, just like so far. So you can see it's always in the middle of the 3-piece structure below. Then we can just finish this off with the 2-piece structures. So when you do the second addition, the second 3-piece structure, you know that you don't have anything else except for the 2-piece structures from there on. So it's always a really great thing to know. Also, if you do like doing math as you do this, you can always notice that there's always going to be an additional 2-piece structure in each new odd row. So that's basically how the scarf grows. So after a couple of rows, you can always take a look. So here you see kind of the line forming, the 2 diagonals actually, and in the middle you always, or in between those, you always see the lines. So you just keep repeating these rows in order to get the size that you like. So basically rows 4 to 7 is all you're gonna need. So this is basically all you're gonna need in order to do your scarf. So it's always the singlest row and then the row with the double treble structures. And I'm gonna take my finished scarf for a moment just to show you something. So on the outside, when you're completely done, I also did another just plain round with singles, and that's what I'm gonna show you now. So after a round with singles and chains, if you want to end and if you're satisfied with the size, so basically we're just making it a little bit more secure and we're securing the entire shape of it. So this is like an extra round or row. So we're going to do a chain to turn with and then a single around the first chain that you see. Another chain then, and again a single around the first chain here. around these chains, the 3 chains that are incoming, we're going to do again singles, 3, and around the chain between the 2 singles, we're again going to do a single, or actually 3 singles. Then comes again the 3 chains that we're going to do with 3 singles. And the single chain also gets 3 new singles. So that's how you always continue. The 3 chains get 3 singles, and the chain between the singles always get just 3 singles into the same spot. Now here in the 3-piece structure where you did the additions, you're gonna do a single, a chain, and another single into that very middle spot. And then you just continue just like you were doing so far. And that's how you get a lovely edge and you secure the shape as well. So then when you do that, you're completely done. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's project. I'm going to show you one more time what the very end result looks like on this lovely picture that I have here. So yeah, it's a pretty big project. It's a lovely result in the end. And you can see here on the back of this lady's back, you can see where the flattest or the straightest line is. So that's the biggest side. So yeah, if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe and shoot a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.